They are really solid on it. But we shall see if we get to Mirage. If we get that far, already we have to see about the first map here. And it's going to be TSM Kingwin starting off on the CT side, VP on the T side. And already we can see Virtus.pro gathered up outside long, which has recently been altered. But they're gathered up outside long looking for a rush.
And look at the weaponry of Device. Actually picking up a duels. This is the first time we've actually seen him use it this tournament.
Now we have to see if they're going to be able to hold on here. Device gets overrun completely. Pasha landed the headshots as well. And there you go. Zipnix drops the bomb carrier. That bomb has now been dropped out in the middle of no man's land. And a smoke is there as well. And Zipnix gets overwhelmed. Pasha just comes charging through and picks up 2 kills. Cajun B is now going to be the last man alive here for TSM in drop room, but he's about to get flanked out as well. Neo is holding this angle. If he shows himself, he's gone. But he will get flanked, and Taz is going to find the last kill. 4 remaining members there for Virtus.pro, and that goes about as clean as possible for the Polish team.
We talked about the fact that TSM won knife, so they get to start CT side, but given how Cobblestone has played out after various changes to the map, it's not really that big of a difference. We've seen several teams, especially during the major in Katowice, that teams can actually bring it back on the T side. So VP being the favorites on this map, they're probably just, you know, as fine as is.
It's kind of that dust 2 scenario, right?
Yeah, exactly. They're completely fine starting off on the T side.
Oh, nice flash there to open things up, and Device once again just completely annihilated. He's had 0 say in how these rounds have gone so far. Dupree doing the best he can, hits a random headshot onto Bialy up close with that 5-7. And Zipnix with the scout, not going to be able to deny the bomb plant this time around. So the remaining 2 members here for TSM just doing the best they can to hold these angles. Cajun B, however, going to get overwhelmed by Snacks. And the knife kill coming in for Pasha.
Insult to injury right there.
Oh, that is big.
That's so much money as well. Not only is it a bit humiliating and a big boost for VP, but it's also a massive amount of money going to the pockets of Pasha.
And you can see, I mean, basically, you don't want to be giving money to Pasha right now because that makes it that much easier for him to get his AWP. And I think that's the big reason why Pasha's like, whatever, I'll go for an MP7 this round, see if I can't even make even more money. So we have 3 SMGs actually picked up here for VP, a pistol and a Galil to work with, and they're deciding to change it up. This time around, they're heading over to that A site. But there's only 1 man who's upgraded his pistol, that's Dupree on TSM. The rest of them are just packing standard issue. So it's going to be a bit easier here for VP to walk up onto this site and start manhandling the CT side.
Carrigan is popping up from behind here, so he might be able to find a frag or 2.
Really going to be down to Kerrigan, yeah, and he is not going to be able to get much more than that. It is only Bialy getting picked up.
And you can tell VP already flustered with cash at this point. So they're going to be happy about how those ecos played out, or anti-ecos played out.
They even saved the Galil off of Bialy. That's the big thing there. Neo, who only had the Deagle, he's like, yoink, okay, take that. And then really, you only lost a couple grand if that. So nicely done there by VP to manage their funds. You can see that 7,000 is still left on Neo after that.
Yeah, and well, similar to what we saw in the first 2 rounds, Virtus.pro setting up with some set smoke towards that B-bomb site. But they also have Pasha and Bialy hanging back towards the middle area, just waiting to see if anyone from TSM is going to poke out aggressively. And one thing that's actually surprising about the way TSM plays this CT side is that normally you'd see someone push aggressively into A-apps just to get information, get an early pick, something like that. But that's actually, but that's not happening from TSM. They're preferring to play passively, which is something that works really nicely for them on other maps.
And which is going to give Virtus.pro a lot of room to move around on this map. A lot of confidence as well. If they can get right up on top of these sites, we've seen how it's gone so far, the pistols and the anti-ecos, and now it's going to continue that way. Kerrigan does manage to fall back through that smoke, but Device, we can see him now having taken a passive position, holding on the site itself. He's going to get headshot by Snacks. Kerrigan not able to cover his flank, and this is Kerrigan actually managing to step in and pick up 1, but it's just this series of trades, and if VP can continue to keep ahead with the kills, this is what happens. Although Zipnix and Cajun come back in and make it a 2v2. But this has turned into a complete and utter brawl. And it's going to be this 1v2 scenario where Cajun steps in, looking for that long-range shot, and he nearly gets it onto Pasha. Taking the fight as well, but he runs out of bullets, and Bialy will win the duel in the end. 4-0 for Virtus.pro going into the 5th round.
Yeah, definitely got the start they were looking for, and that VP push towards the B-bomb site seems, well, pretty much unstoppable for TSM right now. They haven't really found any openings at all. The 3 guys who initially hold that B-bomb site just get taken out in an instant. And you'd have to imagine that TSM are going to swap around their positions perhaps play a bit deeper into the B bomb side and get some different angles to work with, because what they're doing right now is not working at all.
You can see them dodging the initial nades there, but again, Kerrigan and Device holding up close. Sipnik's holding towards mid here, making sure that nobody can really peek in there. Cajun B is actually going to push up close to the doors. Now we got to see, running headshot onto Taz, that's going to wake him up. Drops him down to 62 HP, so nicely done there by TSM. But at the same time, doesn't look like VP are too flustered, and it doesn't look like VP are interested in changing up their strat either. As for the time being, they are gathering again once more outside of B site.
Yeah, and this was the recipe for success versus TSM in the upper bracket finals as well. If they find something that works, you don't really go away from it, because there's no reason for you to do that until TSM actually adapts.
See now, Kerrigan, he needs to hit some very difficult shots here. And Dupree holding that angle as well. Good peek by BO3. He gets dropped down to 2 HP, and they're still hanging in here. TSM putting up much more of a fight, slowing down the push for Virtus.pro, but Virtus.pro taking advantage of their rifles, taking these fights at range, trying to find the headshots, and there we go. One onto Kerrigan. Snacks just starting to rack them up. Device is going to get caught in cage and does manage to bring it back. But again, 1v2. These have been very expensive rounds, but they're not going to be able to go any further than that, TSM. And VP will carry on to a 5th round.
And right now, Virtus.pro are just rolling. Pasha yet to die, and already on 11 frags.
Yeah, that's the real problem, right? Because when Pasha's hitting shots, that's when VP are at their most dangerous.
Yeah, and he was one of the biggest parts why Virtus.pro were able to get back into that game versus TSM in the final, especially on Nuke, just hitting AWP shot after AWP shot. And again, Virtus.pro deciding for the 2nd time this game to go towards the A-bomb site.
I like that, though. They decide to go for a little bit more of an aggressive peek there. Decent information gathered by Cajun. He does manage to spot out a couple members of Virtus.pro, so he sees that there's a presence there. Pretty sure he spotted out Neo as well with that bomb, so VP going to change up his position real quick, make sure that they keep TSM guessing. And TSM kind of going for a catch-all approach right now. Kerrigan in connector, starting to head over towards that A site. Dupree and Device, however, taking some fire over on that B site. So TSM have got to be wondering right now, where exactly is this bomb going to go? With the smoke's going down as well, they're going to be fairly limited on information. Sipnik's with a very on-high approach there from the A site, looking for a shot on the Pasha. Not going to get it, though. Pasha's just going to be walking his way forward with that AWP, looking to create an opportunity here for his team. The bomb is making its way up towards A side as well. So they look like they are deciding to change things up here for Virtus.pro. They're going to go towards that A site. Bit of a missed nade there by Snacks, looking to bank it into the back of the corner, but wrong place to go with it. And Cajun B is going to be able to take out Neo in the meantime. We do lose one member there. That's Dupree getting taken out by Taz and Link. And Cajun B comes back and takes out Snacks. Again, turning into the total outright brawl. But Device is going to lock it down with the remaining 2 frags. And TSM are now on the board. 1 round to 5.
And one of the biggest differences from what we've seen whenever VP went towards the B bomb site, they were actually really good at pushing out and getting onto the bomb site. This time around, it was kind of sluggish feel to it. They walked their way up towards that A bomb site, and that allowed for the TSM to rotate over. And by the time Virtus.pro actually got anywhere near the A bomb site, TSM already had 3 people defending it.
It's a solid call. I mean, Virtus.pro just looking to see if they couldn't catch TSM with the mind games, really. And at that time, it didn't go their way. And now they go back to what works. Flash out, Device taking heavy fire here. He's got to hold this angle, and he's not going to do it. He swaps out his gun at the wrong time, and Snacks gets the flying headshot. BO3 to open up on Kerrigan. Dupree comes rushing through the smoke and gets the double spray down, but Neo is there to shut him down. And the advantage is maintained by Virtus.pro.
Yeah, and you can see Cajun's already rotated around, trying to come up from behind and surprise them, but Pasha's already heard this, and he's working on his own little backstab mission. And this is going to be really tough for VP because they know where Cajun is coming from.
You can see them already looking like they're going to be in position to deal with this. Snacks holding as well. He's going to get doubled up by Pasha. He's expecting he might head into drop room, but Pasha, he's trying to make up his mind right now. A little bit of hesitation. Snacks with a sick headshot on the Cajun B. And Neo with the spray down on the Sipniks. TSM just at a loss right now, really struggling to put anything together on this defense. I mean, even with Cajun B going for the flank, you're right, pointing out that Pasha was just there lurking as well, gathering all the info, allowing for VP to prepare themselves adequately, despite Dupree's best efforts here in the replay.
Yeah, and you could just tell that with that information VP had, they just kind of slowly moved down towards the entrance of B instead of holding what you'd call the normal after plant positions on this map.
And now look at VP, just going straight through onto the A site. Sipniks is going to hear this. He's trying to wrap back around through A apartments. He's going to have backup as well from Cajun. But they're going to just go crashing through, and Sipnix gets that headshot. KGB just splitting them up, and there you go. The crossfire is set, and Kerrigan just gets rushed through the smoke. Taz is going to catch him out, though. And they are able to stabilize somewhat, but there's an AK now up on Sipnix. We have to see if he's going to be able to put it to use. There's the 1 kill coming in from Sip, and he's able to get his eyes on that bomb as well. So long as he can keep alive and keep the pressure up on VP, the Polish team is going to struggle a little bit. But look at Pasha. He's going to get caught out by Device. Point blank shot with the Deagle. There's the headshot. And Snacks even gets tagged down to 7 HP as well. This is not looking good for Virtus.pro. This would be a great way for TSM to come back into this game. If they could win an eco round, that would be huge for their money.
And not only the money, but motivation. And it would be entirely off of the work that Sipnix put in, really, that round. Those 2 frags he's picked up has been absolutely massive. And, well, Snacks has found an opportunity to actually turn it all the way around and walk towards that B bomb site. Now it's really down to TSM how quickly they can catch on to that.
It seems like now they're starting to figure it out. Now they decide to rotate Sipnix back.
And they're actually going to split themselves up. I'm not a big fan of this decision.
And there's a kill.
Works out in the end. But that could have been very scary for TSM, because if they don't work together and just go as a unit, really, Snacks has 1v1s instead of a 2v1, so he actually has the opportunity to, well, it's pretty much all on him at that point.
The main thing there is that there was only like 12 seconds left for Snacks.
Oh yeah,
so
very true. So he had to choose one of the bottom sides.
Exactly.
But at this point, it's not like VP are going to be sad about having 1 eco. You're seeing how they have 6 rounds already.
Yeah, that's the big thing, right? They're like, okay, well, we could eco, but what the hell? Let's go ahead and buy. Let's just force up with everything we've got. So they would be ecoing if they were to lose this round, Virtus.pro. TSM finally is, establishing some control in this half. Double AWP play as well from them. So this is going to be interesting to see how this develops.
And again, every time they fail towards A, they just go back to what they know, and this is the set B strat from VP.
And now they're going to slowly walk their way out. Device is going to miss that first shot, however. Kerrigan holding up close, sprays down Bialy, but he's going to get taken out in turn by Neo with the Tech 9. KGB having a word, and they're just going to be able to just shut down this push. Virtus.pro getting bogged down here. And again, we've seen them struggle. It's when they can't get that bomb onto the bomb site very quickly. That's when things turn south for Virtus.pro. Neo, however, holding his own, takes out Dupree. And it's still a 2-on-3 scenario here. Taz and Neo doing the best that they can to play the angles, but Sipnix is going to shut down Neo. And this is just down to Taz now. He's already getting caught out. Great angle there by Device. And Device, actually, he swapped back to an M4 for that kill. Like, enough of these AWP shenanigans.
And now they're actually they're going to continue with that double up. So Device does pick up that up after picking up Taz. And, well, the crowd is actually kind of split right now.
Yeah, man, that Virtus.pro fan is pretty brave as well. He's just going at it, belting it out, trying to hold his own.
No fear. And, well, a bit of a different setup from Virtus.pro initially, but Device finally connects on the shot. He's missed a few opportunities there at the beginning of the rounds. But maybe this is the turning point for TSM. If Device can actually hold off that entire long area by himself.
So far, a pretty solid defensive drop down. They're not really going to let anything go here. And there's the headshot. There's the follow-up kill from Device. And there we go, the anti-eco round to establish some form of control for TSM.
Yeah, and it has to be a good feeling to actually get through a round without losing a single member.
They're starting to chain rounds together, TSM. That's the important bit. An anti-eco round like that is just so important for TSM as well, because it allows them to develop a bank. So now, even if they were to lose a round or suffer like heavy losses, lose 4 guys, they're going to be able to rebuy full. That's the important thing for TSM right now. They cannot afford to lose any momentum at this point. They really need to keep the pressure up on VP, but look at VP right now, setting up once again in long, looking to see if they can't catch somebody out perhaps. Molotov goes down, however, that's going to buy some time for TSM to get into better positions.
Yeah, and this time TSM has actually opted to change around plays a bit. It's KGB towards that B bomb side, and Device tried to get an early peek towards mid, but he's now stuck watching A-holes. They might actually run into Pasha in not too long.
That's that AWP coming to the fore. But this is a good position for Device to be holding on as well with that AWP. Just a straight line through and through. And we'll have to see if Pasha can get clever with his positioning or with his use of nades to see if he can't take this corner, or if Device unscopes just as Pasha begins to push. This is wild. The Molotov goes down and Pasha has to roast. Pasha has to roast. Is Pasha really not going to roast there? Are you kidding me? No, there we go. Finally takes some damage. It's just the all-out brawl. Sipnix is going to walk right into Pasha. Device, however, locking down the site itself. Not going to find the angle there. Drops down, looking to see if he can't close up on somebody. He's going to drop the bomb carrier. Goes to it with the deagle. Taz gets the perfect timing to flank him out, however, and Snacks is there waiting for the rotator. Cajun B doesn't even see what hit him.
Yeah, overall, just unfortunate timing for TSM. If Device stays put there, might be able to find Pasha before VP actually gets any sort of traction towards that A bomb site. And obviously, losing a guy holding drop room and basically protecting you from any potential backstab is not gonna help your case at all. And, well, same setup as always, really, for Virtus.pro. Bialy and Pasha, Soul Warriors from VP towards that middle area, and the rest of the Polish members are gonna just hang around towards B.
Yeah, do what they can, really. I mean, look, they've got the bomb again. They've got all of the advantage going into this. Double op as well, which is just wild.
But that's surprising to see, especially with how they've been successful with on both bomb sites. It's actually just moving quickly onto the sites.
This is just the change of pace for Virtus.pro, I think. Now that's like the release. You know, they've got 7 rounds. They might be thinking to themselves, we've got such a good lead. Excuse me. We have such a good lead at this point that we can afford to like take a risk here and change it up a little bit. Really change it up drastically, because it's not every day that you see a double op play here on Cobblestone. So TSM, they might be caught off guard by this. TSM, in the meantime, they only have the AWP on Cajun, very light on nades right now, and as we get down to 40 seconds, the push is going to come in for Virtus.pro, and there isn't a whole lot here for TSM to stop him.
And they're actually rotating over towards that A bomb site. Now, all of B is open for Virtus.pro.
Can they make the cross, though? Device steps out, and he walks right into Taz, who does not miss that shot. Dupree comes charging through in the drop room. He's going to win the battle, but then Bialy is there to return the frag, and the bomb is going to get planted, trying to deny it, but Sipnix is not going to get the right angle. He opens himself up, and Bialy is going to claim the remaining 2 TSM members. He's got their scalps on a belt.
Yeah, and one of the issues that TSM is having is that they're playing, well, similar to how they play on other CT sides on different maps. They're playing reactively. They're not really scoping out to get a lot of information during their CT setups. So you can see Cajun actually pushing aggressively towards A at the very beginning, but then he fell back towards the site. And the problem for the CTs in this scenario is the fact that you can get so far up towards that B bomb site without being seen.
Well, this mix buy is really not working out for TSM at this point. Unless Dupree can really turn it around, he's going to be able to drop down and get eyes onto that site. Trying to close around, but Pasha's holding the angle. Cajun B is holding from A long, and what a shot onto Bialy. Body shot and headshot to follow it up, and we're into a 4-on-4. They've got that bomb dropped in front of them now as well. Neo, however, will take out Kerrigan. And VP, they have so much time. They really can just play the time, not worry about these smokes, and make TSM sweat. All 4 members are gathered up here, and they're going to move as a unit. Every time they spot somebody out, they're just going to club them down.
And Device is yet to rotate, even though Dupree very clearly saw that bomb.
And Dupree, not a whole lot that he can do there versus 2 guns. Snacks with a great 180 shot onto Cajun B. And Device, he's got the M4, and he's just making, I mean, he's running away. He's going to get all the way back into T-spawn over here. About as far away from the action as he can possibly get. Is he going to go up into T-Sniper? He just might. But he doesn't have an op. He's breaking the rules. You only go up here if you have an AWP.
Or a scout.
Or a scout.
Or an auto sniper.
Or not a sniper. So you can trail.
It needs a scope.
This is like the troll position. I'm wondering if they're going to go and check for him as well. Like this angle that he's holding, look at this. I mean, really long shot. He's actually aiming into a tree as well, so.
Yeah, I'm not really sure how actively he's searching for anyone, but, you know, someone who might pop out of A-Amps again. He's going to be content with just saving that M4. They desperately need it, and I mean, if you force up that last round, you might as well force up now as well. It's not like you're going to have a worse spy anyway, and you can see Cajun's actually forcing up, but for some reason...
The remainder aren't. What is this? Cajun has gone for a full force. Or has he just managed his money? Has he just brought his money back in line? No, he has gone for a full force, so a very odd decision there. It's kind of wonky for TSM. And knowing Cajun, he might be in a bit of a hot-headed state, although I don't know why, seeing as how this is clearly Virtus.pro's map.
No,
TSM can almost like brush this off their shoulders after receiving this beat down. Look at Sipnix's angle. He gets that point-blank headshot onto Neo. Very nicely done there. Good reaction. And Kerrigan not going to be able to land the shot. Snacks just demolishes him. Cajun now with that 5-7 gets absolutely done. He has nothing to do with that gear, or gets nothing done with that gear, rather. And Now we go into the 15th round, and again, it's going to be the buy. 3 rifles here for TSM. Cajun once again going for the 5.7 and nades. And actually a pretty reasonable buy coming out, all things considered.
Yeah, and that's coming from Device managing to save that 1 round and the 3 others not buying up in the 14th round. But TSM desperately need rounds now.
They have to get something done. They need that 5th.
But it's like you said, they know that this is VP's map pick. They know that this is their worst map. So how frustrated you gonna get? You can't really put that much into it, but look at Device.
Yeah, this is a great flank from Device.
Wait,
Not sure, he doesn't spot them though because of the door there. And instead it's Bialy who just steps out and zones in on Device. What a spot from Bialy, and what a kill as well. That's going to really open things up here. Virtus.pro can now go barreling onto that A side if they want it, although there is a great rotation coming through, but the kills are even better. And it's Zipnix alone trying desperately to take a fight. He's not going to win it. Pasha will catch the rotator out. That was Kerrigan, last man to leave that B site, and that is about as good as it gets for VP. 11-4 finish on their T side.
And if you're TSM, you're just going to have to look at this as, I guess, the advantage you normally get coming into, coming in from the lower bracket, that the other team is going to have 1 man up or 1 map up, and that's pretty much how you have to look at it. In fairness to TSM, it's actually going better than last time they played Cobblestone, which was back in when they were Dignitas and actually decided to just YOLO it versus Na'Vi and lost 16-1.
Yeah, I mean,
so
this is almost like Na'Vi and Nuke like a year ago, right? You know, they just never play it, and there you go. And if it winds up getting picked, it's going to be sad times. Well, that's the case now for TSM. Cobblestone is just not their map, and VP is the opposite for them. They love this map. They've put a lot of work into it, and you can clearly tell just how comfortable they are. They're basically just going through the motions right now. But we're into the pistol now, 16th round. And VP, they've already taken some damage onto Neo. He's been dinked. But they've got so much gear on their side. A good, healthy mix, actually, and this is looking like it's going to be the fake, actually. Look at this, go straight into connector, straight onto this A site, and there's only 1 man holding here. There's a stack on B site, but VP, that's not where you need to be. You need to be over here helping out your mate, and Neo just gets completely wiped out. This is all about the rotation now for Virtus.pro in this very important pistol round.
Smart move from Cajun, just dropping the bomb instead of risking it and running.
This is like hot potato with the bomb right now. It's rugby. They're just chucking it all over the place to get that touchdown. What's it called? Okay, you're going to have to tell me during the break. But there we go. What a shot, though. Virtus.pro, they're coming back into this. They're making it happen. Cajun B finds the headshot onto Taz, but Snacks is going to get bogged down in connector. Pasha will come in, and it's into a 1v1. Pasha no kit, though. And Cajun B decides to take the fight and win it. He will bring TSM back, winning the pistol round and giving them the start they need.
And that wakes up the crowd as well. So finally something to cheer for the Danes, and well, now we've kind of started. Now it's all about keeping this pressure up, and one of the things that they really struggled against versus VP in the upper bracket final was actually holding on to that advantage after winning the pistol. They lost 3 anti-ecos in that upper bracket final, so even though they won 6 out of 6 pistol rounds, they only took advantage of 3 of them.
Yeah, that's the big thing, right? And you're almost saying you can count on it. It's like clockwork at this point. You know, win the pistol, lose the anti-eco.
Yeah.
Is it going to change here for TSM? They've actually gone for a P90 on Device. He has no soul. He's just going for it.
And a bit of a difference in Virtus.pro's buy is the fact that they don't have a scout this time. Just did massive work for them in the upper bracket finals. Pasha's opted to go with a Nova instead.
And Device not going to get too lucky there with his spray. Doesn't actually catch out Neo, who gets chased around the corner with 40 HP left on him over on the A side. So Device is going to be the lurker in this situation. Instead, it's going to be TSM. The rest of them, all 4 members, just going to go barreling out onto this B site. There is a bit of a defense set up here. However, Kerrigan does manage to take out Pasha. So there's a strong start here for TSM, but then the flank comes through from Taz. He's going to be able to light up one. Does he get the reload off in time? It looks like he will. And Neo has been caught rotating through, but this is now going to be Bialy locking down the site itself into a 3-on-3. Although Cajun B on high, getting the frags. Dupree as well is there to help, and Snacks is now all by his lonesome, but not for long. Cajun B is going to send him to the grave with the rest of his team, and TSM survived the anti-eco round. They don't get the plant in the end, but what's important is they get another round up on the scoreboard.
No, that really is all that matters, and if they can actually come away from this map with, well, 5 more rounds, for instance, if they can get to 11, they know that they've actually put some pressure on Virtus.pro on what is their best map compared to well, at least against TSM. And that has to be a good feeling going into the 2 next ones, where you know that you feel strong and you've actually beaten Virtus.pro on those very maps.
Is it going to be Mirage all over again?
Who knows?
Are they going to win on VP's map?
Very well be.
I mean, that would be wild, just straight out wild. Kind of like as wild as dupree's spray right there. He gets the job done eventually, but man, he dropped very low on HP, down to 4. Sipnix might be taking this fight very soon here, and he is going to peek out and take out Taz. Snacks in mid, and he's got his teammate there as well. Neo watching his back, but Device is going to walk in, and Cajun's going to pick up the kill onto Snacks, and that is going to be a 7th round for TSM. Well-paced, taking their time and just getting the frags, making sure that they keep everybody alive, and you can really see the impact that that's having on their money now. They are starting to get to the point where they can afford to go for a full rebuy if they were to lose this round, because this is going to be Virtus.pro's first rifle round here.
Yeah, and Sipnix actually opting to grab Device's P90. So yeah, trying to save money wherever they can, and that's kind of similar to what Neo did with picking up Bialy's Galil.
It's all about managing it.
Yeah, and it seems like TSM actually has a really similar setup to what Virtus.pro did for the major part of their T-half. Device and Cajun being the 2 guys towards mid on A, and the rest of the team working up some sort of a concoction of nades and whatnot towards that B-bomb site.
They have so many nades to use as well. Sipnix even has the Molotov. We'll see where he decides to use that. Smoke goes down, however, to block off Link, and now they start working. There it is. Sipnix trying to check that angle with the Molotov. He's not going to find anything, however. Kerrigan on the hunt for Bialy, and Bialy just all the way back in the corner. Kerrigan, the timing could be wild right now. If Bialy steps out at just the right time, this could be devastating for the TSM push. But there's Taz taking the fight straight up versus dupreeh in the drop-down room. He steps around, but there you go. They line up for him, and Bialy drops the bomb as well. That's what we're talking about with timing. And that is what we're talking about with timing right there. Bialy stepping out at the perfect time to just ruin TSM's plans. 20 seconds left here for TSM to have some kind of impact in this round. It's going to be down to Device and Sipnix. Device working his way closer, but 16 seconds, they just don't have any time. The Sipnix getting caught out as well, down to 8 HP, and he is going to get caught out by Snacks. 10 seconds left, and Device is just lurking at this point.
Yeah. And the lurk from Device has actually been so slow that it actually became very apparent very obvious for the BP side that, you know, this is about to happen. So you could tell that Snacks was very aware of what was incoming from that A-bomb site. Yeah,
no, definitely. I mean, well, got to give it to Bialy, but also got to give it to Taz to step out, take the fight initially, and draw TSM's attention to himself. And that, you can see, prompted the remainder of TSM, the remaining 2 members, to start pushing out on that long haul to get to be there basically to support their teammate, maybe get the refrag onto Taz. And Bialy just strikes at the perfect time to drop that bomb. And it basically makes the round unwinnable there for TSM for the remaining 2 members. So thankfully, TSM have the bank to fall back on here, and we can see that they've managed to get quite a healthy buy together. But now it comes down to landing the shots, and Cajun B is going to start off strong and take out Snacks to begin.
And Bialy's actually going into the same position that we used the last round, so you're going to have to assume that TSM are aware of what might be around that corner. And there we go. Bialy pops out as the Molotov goes through and picks up Kerrigan, and Pasha follows up as well with the frag onto Sipnix. And all of a sudden, that early advantage that Cajun gave them has just evaporated.
They don't have anything to go off of anymore.
And Neo is also out for blood. He's already rotating around. VP have just full control of what TSM are doing.
Wow, and Cajun B, the presence of mind.
Yeah.
The presence of mind to turn around. dupreeh taking some unnecessary damage there from that Molotov, getting dropped down to 75 HP, but we're into the 3-on-3. There's a pop flash from Pasha trying to take the fight behind it. He's going to step out, and Device is there with the pre-fire. Device, in fact, with the double kill, takes out Bialy. And now Taz holding that line. Nearly drops the man with the most HP, and now he can take this fight if he wants. The smoke goes down to block him off, and he's just got to buy the time. Stop that bomb from getting planted. Drops it out in no man's land, and Device now has to run forward. But there's another flash. He's got to pick up that kill too. And Taz, all he has to do is survive 1v1, and Cajun B is gonna find him in the end. Gets the read and puts just a couple of shots through that smoke. They happen to hit Taz, and he saves it.
What a time to actually hit those shots. And I'm starting to get really worried for TSM because the guy with the most HP had 20 HP, the next guy 9 HP, and then one guy, well, everyone was just horrifyingly low on HP, and Taz just kept going like ever so slightly down on HP. You can see 32 and then down to 12.
Yeah, everybody just beat
like,
up.
Yeah, it was basically at the end there, that 1v1 was just who can connect with the first shot. Doesn't matter where you hit them.
We'll talk about that right now. Although this is an eco round out of Virtus.pro. BO3 is going to be able to put that CZ75 to use, however, and pick up a kill on Dupree. But Device comes right back, takes out Neo, and it's going to be Snacks and BO3 left. Last two members alive here for Virtus.pro in this eco round, and the best they can hope for now is to see if they can't go for some kind of cheeky boost. And look at this. They're going to go boosting up here. Snacks trying to take a look. He's going to get up there, and this could be a little bit of a faster flank coming through.
It was actually, oh no, looked like he wanted to turn around there for a second. But yeah, he's going to start the hunt for TSM members, and he might actually be able to find Sipnix if Sipnix stays around in the middle area right there. As of right now, the rest of TSM moving fairly quickly up on that A bomb side here, so they should get a bomb plan without too many issues.
BO3, sick shot with the CZ there, the headshot on Device. He's looking for more, but Cajun B is going to show that the AWP is actually a pretty good gun.
Yeah, and Snacks opted to take the long route. So he's going to be in A-holes, and he's going to have a run-in with Cajun here if he moves a tiny bit forward.
He's holding this angle for now. I mean, with that AK, he just wants to catch them trying to move off that site to avoid that bomb blast. This is a smart move from Snacks. This is an eco round. He doesn't need to just take big risks and try running in. Yeah, he can hold angles.
And he's already just found his AK, so he's going to be happy about that. And now he finds Cajun as well.
Not going to get the follow-up, and they will be able to save the AWP. So that was very important there that TSM managed to hold on to that sniper rifle to hand it off to whoever wants to use it, whether it be Device or Cajun. And it looks like Cajun is going to continue opping here for TSM.
Oh, he's been doing a good job of it so far, so no real reason to actually swap it around. Sure, Device can absolutely go mental with that weapon, but if Cajun is showing to be the stable option as of right now, that's the way you go. And TSM actually picking up 5 rounds in the first 6 of the second half. Really showing a good start. Actually, if they pick up one more round, they're going to be in the exact same position as Virtus.pro found themselves in. And VP back to eco once again. Taz actually buying up armor as well.
Yeah, Taz just looking like he wants to even out the money. So
yeah,
that's perfectly fine. I mean, what's going to be important is this next round, basically the 23rd, when Virtus.pro can put together a buy. They have to start having an impact here. I'm just really impressed with TSM's T-side round. I mean, versus Dignitas, they beasted them on T-side. I mean, they're looking very good when they are the aggressors. The CT side, however, somewhat of a struggle. But then again, when you're not used to the map, if it's not one of the maps that you practice, the rotations, the timings, the angles that you hold, all of that, it's very difficult to put together on the spot, on the fly. Well, let's see now. Just flashes through, trying to go for the banks, and Sipnix kind of messes up the timing there. Flashes himself. That's not going to matter, however, as Taz is going to be there to go ahead and make sure he doesn't have to worry about that ever again. Instead, it's going to be Neo getting caught out at range. Device is going to find him. And Pasha, Taz, BO3, the last 3 members alive here for Virtus.pro in this eco round. Kerrigan making sure that they can't push through and trying to stop this bomb plant from going down. Just as I say it, there it is. Bomb is planted, and now BO3 not going to have any luck. Great shot there by Kerrigan, checking that angle. And it's down to Taz now to hold on to an AK.
Yeah, and he's, well, just going to sit back and relax and try to save that AK, because he pretty much has a already full buy in his hands right now. As long as he survives, then it doesn't look like TSM are interested at all in chasing after him. And there's no real reason either. They know that Virtus.pro are going to have the money to actually buy up in any case come next round. So just a very good situation for both in that sense. TSM get the round they want, and Taz manages to hold on to an AK.
This is very much like a brute force method coming in from TSM. No subtlety, really just like, we're going to shoot you in the face, and there you go, right? Yeah. And that's what I was trying to get at, right, when it comes down to, you know, experience on the map. You know, CT side, you have to really set up the angles. But on T side, sometimes it can just come down to, you know, are you actually winning the duels or not? If you peek around a corner, you know, do you get the job done?
Yeah, you can look at it this way, that to defend on CT side, you have to make it into science. And when you're on the T side, you can kind of ballpark it.
Yeah. And TSM just seem to be so good at it as well. Because once again, we find ourselves kind of like grouping up. And this is one thing, the key aspect for TSM as well, is just the fact that they ball up so that if they get themselves into that situation where they have to take a fight, they're going to be able to trade off of that frag. One guy goes down, but so long as they trade, they're going to keep the advantage on their side. And that's what TSM are going for right now. But here we go. The big round, Virtus.pro need to hold with a minute left. And the way that they've gone for this is double up. And there you go. Pasha chimes in, takes out Kerrigan. And there's the start Virtus.pro we're looking for. With a minute left on this clock, TSM are a man down, and this is going to make their lives much more difficult, especially if Neo lands that shot, but he misses it. Very close call there. Not sure if he spotted out the bomb. I don't think he did, but...
Well, this looks to be a similar strat from TSM as they did in the pistol round. Sipnix is going to work as the split.
Yeah, exactly.
In a lot of ways. Unfortunately, they don't have 5 members, so it's not going to be that much of an oomph behind the push they're about to mount, but...
It's like if he can just buy the time, he needs to win that fight, but he's not going to get it. Taz peeks out, catches Sipnix as the smoke clears. And now the fresh smoke goes down here for Cajun to block off this rotator, but there's already 2 members alive on this A site here for Virtus.pro. It's going to be incredibly difficult to break this line. Snacks is going to take Dupree's face off, and there's Neo chiming with the AWP. Cajun, AWP of his own, but he's 1v4 right now, and with 10 seconds left on this clock, he only has to sit there and die pretty much. Neo changes up the angle, hunts him down, and that's going to be Virtus.pro with 13 rounds.
Yeah, 13 rounds for VP, but...
Whoa, and they're going for... Okay, we'll get into that in a second.
Yeah, well, even though they're on 13 rounds, that's only the second round, really, off the CT side. So even though overall the numbers look impressive, it's not really been that good of a start for Virtus.pro at all. It's TSM who's been in the driving seat the entire second half.
Yeah, they really have. I mean, it's just brute force, the brute force method. And when Device is pissed off, magical things happen.
And, well, TSM are going to need some magic if they want to take this map from them. You can see actually the double up setup, similar to what we saw VP do on their T side, and we talked about it. This is not normally something you see a lot of. And actually it's Carrigan, not Device, who picks up that AWP, that second AWP.
That's the one. That's what I was going about, right? It's not Device. It's actually Carrigan who has it. So Carrigan has shown that he can op. He has used it frequently throughout the tournament. So I mean, it just seems like a comfort thing at this point. He's like, okay, time to shift up our game. Let's see if we can actually go for a double op and make it work. Or you could just use the Tech 9. Sipnix threw an edge on the smoke there, catches out Taz. And now drop-down room could be weakened here. Taz, the man who holds this position, Bialy has to change up his now, and they're just rotating an extra man through. There could be the potential flank coming in from Snacks, the mastermind, with the smokes. He's going to be dancing on the edge there, but Bialy closes out Sipnix to start. Pasha going to lose the duel, but Bialy comes right back in, takes out Dupree. Second frag for him, and Snacks is here to back him up now. The defense is getting stronger, but Carrigan takes out Bialy, and it's a man advantage now for TSM. 30 seconds left, and they're going to get the bomb plant. Not a lot that VP can do to stop it. No, I lied. Snacks, somehow he peeks out, and with 2 guys watching that angle, he gets that kill and stops that plant. Nice follow-up by Cajun, though, to peek and take out Neo. And we're into a 2-on-1. Once again, can he hold the angle, though, Cajun? Or is he going to unscope? He's going to miss the shot, and he nearly loses his teammate in the mix, but he will get the kill in the end. And 2 kills for Carrigan, 2 kills for Cajun B. I guess the double op play was the right call in the end.
And it definitely seemed to work out. Carrigan getting that frag onto, I can't remember who it was. I think it was Pasha who was playing by that hen house at the back of B-side. Absolutely massive frag. And Cajun obviously with that peek onto Neo. Not too shabby either.
Really straight up.
Yeah, and for a second there I thought, well, VP had solved it. As soon as Bialy manages to pick up the 2 guys in from drop room, that means they can fully focus on everything that's going to come out from long hauls on B. But still, Cajun working some magic right there.
I'm surprised. I'm sure that Dupree was wondering, you know, where the hell is my cover? I've got 2 guys with ops. How the hell does that guy peek out and kill me while I'm planting the bomb? So maybe a little moment's hesitation there, but Cajun is there to save the day. And we have to give him, you know, we have to mention him as well. He's been doing terrific work throughout this T half.
And you can see Eco, well, as good as an Eco really for Virtus.pro. It's only Taz with any gear at all, and he's got a Colton. And Neo's going to go down, and TSM pushing aggressively through towards that A bomb side, and you can see the rotations coming in from BP already. Pasha pushing aggressively into B, and well, seems like TSM are not going to really take that into notice at all. They're just going to continue to push onto the A bomb side here.
Yeah, and they're walking into the best defended side as well. I mean, considering Taz has got an M4 to work with, so he could do some damage if he finds the correct angle here, but it's just going to be a complete whitewash. Device and Dupree walking in, putting those AKs to work. And now Bialy, the last man here with the 5-7. Best he can hope for is to catch out Device, maybe. You know, tag down the guy who's low on HP. I mean, really, what can you hope to do here with the 5-7 1v5? So it looks like the call is to just change up the angle, maybe try and catch somebody out. He's looking for the exit frag, and that's about where it ends. But that was another eco round for Virtus.pro. So really, you know, it's expected that TSM are able to walk up and just impose their wills.
It really was, and well, we're going to see a buy coming in from Virtus.pro, but they've been struggling massively on the CT side so far, and well, for a map that's their actual map pick, you would assume that they've had the CT sides locked down better.
That's what's wild, right? But that's what's happening. That's like the combination. You know, now it's going to be Virtus.pro. They come into Inferno or something, and they have to like win that. These teams, they're winning their opponent's team and then losing their pick. It's just, well, let's not get ahead of ourselves here because it's not over yet. The first map is still going. But Virtus.pro right now, they've just not been able to get anything going for themselves on their CT side, whereas TSM have just like nearly pulled off one of the sickest comebacks, at least to tie it up in the rounds. Now we have to see them actually continue to press forward, push the advantage.
And look at the kind of buy that comes out from Neo. He has to go with the shotgun and, oh, snacks in apps right there. This is something it did during the major as well with high success rate. He's the master of using smokes to his own advantage, but it doesn't seem like Cajun wants to fall for it.
That's also a really cheeky angle to hold there behind that waist bin as well. Only your like shoulder peeks out really. So if you're looking out from apartments into mid like that, it can get really tricky to spot that man out. But Device instead is going to be peeking into A apartments, and he picks up the first man. That Snack's getting caught out, but Neo is there to double down on this, and he's got the manliest gun, and he gets it point blank onto Device, and he just throws it away. Where are you going, Neo? Go get the gun. Okay, BO3 takes out Kerrigan in the meantime. And Neo has to actually make up his mind if he wants to press forward here and pick up the AK, and he will make it. But the smoke goes down to block off connector, and now they have to get in position here. Dupree trying to catch the man out. Looking to see if he can't catch out Taz, who's just peeking forward, trying to keep eyes on that site. Wild spray through the smoke, actually doing massive damage to Cajun B. And that Molotov slightly out of position, but Cajun is there. He's in position to get the kill onto Taz. And the flank coming in from Pasha, though. He finds a long-distance shot. Cajun B now holding on this site, and he's going to get the headshot, but it's a 1v2 scenario. He's got so little HP, and the headshot from Pasha, how did he even see it? Just annihilating Cajun. And there's the retake for Virtus.pro.
And just like on Nuke, when it's needed the most, Pasha comes through in the clutch. 3 massive ult frags there, and well, first off, he actually saves Neo, because Sivnix was apparently aware of the fact that Neo was pushing around, so he was about a half a second from getting that kill onto Neo, but Pasha comes in and saves the day.
And again, what is going on with Virtus.pro's money?
They're actually going to, get an AWP on Neo, but Bialy's going to have to go with an SMG.
Yeah, Bialy with the MP7. Go for the MP9, Bialy. And then the 5.7 on Snacks. Double AWP, though, so we'll see if they're going to be effective with it. Neo missed the first shot, though, so an opportunity going to waste. But Virtus.pro are going to be able to stabilize once again. And it's TSM instead gathered up outside along. So we'll see if they're going to have any luck pushing onto this site. They have had in the past, but there's a Molotov. Pasha doesn't care, though. Steps out, gets the kill onto Kerrigan, and even makes it out of there intact, only losing 50 HP. And that's not going according to plan. That's also TSM a little edgy here.
Now we see Dupree and Sipnix eventually drop into the drop zone here, and they're going to have to take out the defense from GP. Bialy has to go down.
This forces the rotation. Look at this. They're going to start pushing into drop down route, and there you go. Bialy takes out Sipnix with the MP7. Dupree, though, steps in with the double AK kill. They're clearing up this site. Smoke is down just long enough. And Cajun misses the shot, but Device doesn't. He hits that headshot on Taz, and it's Bialy now. 1v2. Again, a clutch scenario. And that bomb just now getting planted. And there's the shot from Cajun once again to lock it down. 2 kills going through. And Virtus.pro, they're in the doghouse. Their money is wrecked.
Yeah, and as I said, they need to remove Bialy from the map in order to get any traction on the B-bomb side. Well, Dupree had something completely different in mind. He just took the detour back towards the A-bomb side and picks up 2 frags that way, and I guess that's an alternative way of finding the perfect solution.
That works, right?
Exactly. So just a really good play from Dupree to weaken the defenses of VP.
Bit awkward there for Device. Don't worry, we didn't see that. I approve, but it's all good. We'll let you off the hook this time.
And look at Neo pushing aggressively, but he's going to get caught out by Device, and that sends him packing as well.
It's a bit unfortunate there, though, because that would have flushed Neo out one way or another. Flick shot from Cajun, he's going to miss it, gets tagged down, actually headshot there. This is a dangerous situation, in fact, but they're going to just fill that long hallway with bullets, and Kerrigan's going to pick up the kill onto Pasha. HG's going through, Dupree is going to take point, take out Bialy. Neo is gone in the meantime over on that A site. Remaining 2 members are here on the B site for Virtus.pro, though. Up close is Taz with the CZ75, and Snacks has got a USP, and they're looking for the angle. 1 man in Henhouse has been spotted out, and Taz trying to go sneaky, but he walks right into Sipnix. And that's going to be an easy frag there. Snacks with the USP. There isn't a whole lot he can hope to get done. And he's getting flanked as well. Device already hot on his heels, going through connector. He just goes for the run and gun fight. Takes a bullet to the face, though. If Snacks had had anything better, like a P250, Device was done.
Yeah, and I think Device actually has the slowest backstabs I've ever seen in my life. He really takes his time actually getting on there, and he's just mashing in that shift button, never letting go.
He wants to be there. Yeah, exactly, man. It's all about just like...
But it's working out for TSM, so you can't really blame them for what they're doing. Right now, they're getting control over that B bomb site whenever they want to, it feels like. And it doesn't really matter if they do it how they planned it or not, as long as one of the players steps up and gets multi-kills.
Well, this should be another round for TSM because they have so much gear. It comes down to the fights. And Device is going to take quite a bit of damage. Device has actually slowed down a little bit here.
Yeah, and Pasha has an AWP, and, well, last time he had an AWP, he did great things for VP, so we're going to have to see how this plays out.
And it's just, look at, they have a single decoy. They have a single decoy, Virtus.pro. It's all about the headshots here.
They have a heavy stack towards the B bomb site. 4 people already there. It's only Neo towards A. And if TSM don't recognize this, they could easily run into a bit of a trap from VP.
They don't have anybody out. They don't have any feelers out on the map to sense this, though, right now. TSM, they're going to go in blind. They're going to try and set this up with the nades and go in blind. They're going to walk right into the stack. Everybody here from Virtus.pro, Neo's pushed out of the apartments. He's getting information. He's telling his mates, stay put, hold the angles. They're going to walk into you. Pasha misses that shot, though. There's a smoke to create an opportunity here for TSM to start pushing. Taz, however, peeks out behind that flash. He's not going to spot anybody out, but there's Pasha laying into him. He catches it out. The double spray for Taz. And now it's Dupree and Sipnix. Make that just Dupree. And it's just a calamity. Virtus.pro completely annihilate the push. TSM can't get anything done. Only losing Pasha. And there's the chant as well starting up.
Yeah. The crowd is still fairly split, actually, and I'm surprised we haven't had more noise from the TSM fans during this amazing comeback that they've actually mounted.
Yeah.
And it's still not over. This could easily go to overtime.
That's what I've been saying as well. You know, right at the beginning, it's like the TSM are going to need the crowd behind them. They need that energy because it's been a damn long day for them. Virtus.pro, you know, they've actually succeeded in silencing the crowd, which is one thing we're always talking about.
No, they really have, and well, this time around, Virtus.pro do have nades, they do have molotovs and all that good stuff, so they're not going to be stacking towards that B bomb side. You see Snacks already just kind of ready to rotate, really. But he's holding middle as of right now, and Devices, well, might actually sneak through that smoke, but for the most part, fairly standard setup from TSM. It's what we've seen them do time after time so far.
Kerrigan is going to be able to find a corner to hide in there. Sipnik's actually beating out Taz, and a second Molotov goes down. Kerrigan is not going to make it out intact. Pasha's going to catch him out, and they're going to have to go ahead and pick up that bomb. Dupree is going to be the carrier here, but they're trying to work their way around to the A site here. Cajun B gets tagged down to 12 HP, though, and TSM, they're suffering some heavy damage here in the peak. There's the angle, and the double shot! Neo! Double headshot, and he's going to be able to pick up the next one. No, he will not. But Sipnix is going to burn alive, and Pasha steps in for the last frag. Virtus.pro, they made it interesting. All 30 rounds, but they will be picking up the first map, their favorite map, the map that they picked. And what a wild ride.
It really was, and